Munich, April 14th, 1944. In less than 2 months, the largest invasion in history would begin. Major Werner Pluskat would watch it from a concrete bunker above the sea. But this morning, his war is still an orchard in bloom. Sunlight threads through apple blossoms. White petals drift across a narrow garden, bordered by a low wooden fence. Beyond it, rooftops glow in early spring warmth. Laundry hangs between 2 windows, sheets lifting in the breeze like pale sails. A girl runs beneath the trees, 7 years old, yellow gingham flashing between trunks. Her shoes press into new grass, still wet from morning dew. She laughs, bright, quick, just enough to disturb the stillness. Bees hum between blossoms. Somewhere beyond the orchard, a church bell counts the hour. 1, 2, 3. In the distance, an engine note hangs in the air longer than it should. It does not slow. The girl stops beneath the largest tree. She looks toward the house. A woman stands near the kitchen door, flour on her apron, one hand shielding her eyes from the sun.
Stay still, Anna.
The girl straightens, trying not to sway. A petal catches in her hair. She reaches up, pauses. Wind moves through branches. The Leica shutter closes. For a moment, the orchard holds its breath. Then the petals continue falling. Red light fills tiled walls. Water drips steadily from a faucet not fully turned off. The woman lowers photographic paper into developer fluid. Then silver ghosts gather. White first, petals, branches, then eyes, then a smile. The girl frozen mid-turn, as if about to speak. Water runs along the photograph's edge. A drop gathers at one corner and falls into the tray. The woman presses the photo briefly to her chest. Her heartbeat leaves no mark. She sets the photograph flat to dry. The blossoms in the image never move. Careful handwriting fills an envelope. Major Werner Pluskat, 352nd Infantry Division, Widerstandsnest 62, Normandy coast. Ink pools slightly at the curves of his name. The photograph slides inside. The flap seals. When 62, June 6th, 1944, 4:17 a.m. Concrete holds the night air. The bunker smells of damp stone, oil, and stale tobacco. A single bulb hums overhead. Major Werner Pluskat sits on an ammunition crate, boots unlaced, map creases pressed into his palms. The envelope rests beside a field phone. He opens it carefully. The photograph slides into his hand. Garden, blossoms. His daughter, Anna, 7 years old. He studies the curve of her smile, the way her hair catches the light. He wipes the surface clear. 4:17. He places the photograph inside his tunic, over his heart. Outside, the sea is invisible. Condensation gathers along a seam in the ceiling. A drop falls. The bunker vibrates. He rises, moves to the rear observation slit. Moonlight reflects off wings. Aircraft pass overhead in formation. Dark shapes against fading stars. Parachutes bloom inland beyond Sainte Mère-Église, drifting like pale seeds carried by wind. He grabs the field phone, cranks. Static crackles. Airborne troops reported inland. Hold fire. Watch the beach sectors.
How many aircraft?
The line hisses. Silence. He lowers the receiver slowly. Dawn reaches the Atlantic. Gray becomes steel. Steel becomes pale blue. He adjusts the rangefinder drum. Focus. Mirage bends the horizon. Steel resolves from shimmer. Dark forms separate from water. Destroyers, cruisers, battleships, landing ships layered behind them. Hull beside hull. An entire coastline of steel. He lifts the phone.
Ships sighted. How many?
He looks again. The line extends beyond the curvature of his optics.
From one end of the horizon to the other.
Silence answers him. A flash offshore. He counts under his breath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Impact. Widerstandsnest 61 vanishes in rising dust. The bunker lifts a fraction of an inch, just enough to remind it can move, then slams back down. Another flash. Closer. A 14-inch shell strikes short of WN-62. The blast crushes the air inside the chamber. The bulb explodes. Darkness. He tries to stand. The floor feels wrong, tilted where it was not before. The bombardment shifts east, then west. The sea answers with thunder. The photograph presses against his ribs. He leaves it there, 6 kilometers offshore. LCVP 1137 slams into another swell. Spray drenches the men inside. Private First Class Daniel Miller grips the rope rail. 19 years old, Iowa farm boy. He removes a folded letter, edges worn soft. One line visible. Come home before harvest. He has never seen the ocean before. It moves like something alive. He cannot swim. He does not tell anyone. He folds the letter, slides it into his helmet liner. Naval guns ignite the horizon. The lieutenant raises his hand. 30 seconds. Machine gun fire cuts from the bluffs. Bullets stitch the water in straight lines. Rounds strike the ramp. Metal screams. A man beside Miller collapses backward, eyes open. The ramp drops. The lieutenant steps forward. His helmet snaps back. He falls into the surf without a sound. Miller jumps, water to his chest. Cold clamps his ribs shut. Salt fills his mouth. He tastes iron that isn't his. Boots fill. For half a second, he cannot find the bottom. He forces his legs downward. Sand. He moves. Men fall around him. Some do not rise. He reaches a check hedgehog. Barnacles tear his palms open. Blood mixes with salt water. He does not notice. Sand kicks upward in sharp bursts, like petals torn from invisible branches. Smoke drifts across the beach. The bunker above. He runs. Inside 162, Pluskat loads the 5-centimeter gun. His hands shake once. He steadies them. Fires. Blast short. Adjust. Fires again. A landing craft ruptures. Men spill into water. Cycle. Load. Fire, eject, load. Outside, wire tangles the sand. A helmet rolls in the surf. A naval shell strikes the western wall. Concrete detonates inward. Rebar twists through suspended dust. Light floods the chamber in violent white. Pluskat hits the floor. Blood covers one eye. He wipes it clear. The field phone rings. Somehow intact. He crawls toward it. Comment. How long can you hold? He looks at the open wall. Smoke rising. Infantry advancing through debris.
Not long.
6 shells remain. He touches his breast pocket once. Loads. Through smoke. Movement. An M4 Sherman climbs the draw. Infantry tight against its hull. 70 meters. He fires. The round strikes the glacis plate. Ricochets. The turret turns. The Sherman fires. The 75mm shell enters the slit like an answer. The air turns solid. His lungs forget how to work. Sound folds inward like crushed tin. Then nothing. Dust drifts through fractured morning light. Pluskat lies half buried in debris. His ears ring without relief. Boots approach. American boots. Rifles first. Faces behind them. Miller kneels. His hands are still shaking. He binds the officer's wrists. Another soldier searches the tunic. Finds the photograph, opens it. A child beneath blossoms. One corner burned black. Ink bled across the mother's hand. The girl's face, untouched. Miller studies it. His thumb brushes the damaged edge. For a moment, the orchard inside the image feels impossibly far from this sand. He folds it carefully, returns it to the pocket. Over the heart, his hand lingers, then withdraws. Pluskat feels it. Their eyes meet. No hatred, no triumph, only exhaustion. Miller stands, moves on. Close on the photograph inside the torn tunic. White petals suspended mid-fall. Dust settles across the image. One burned corner curls inward from lingering heat. Outside, artillery continues down the line. Miller pauses at the bunker entrance. Just once, he touches the pocket where his own letter rests inside his helmet. Then he moves on. Inside the rubble, the photograph remains over Pluskat's heart. The petals never land. They remain suspended, as if the moment before loss could be held a fraction longer.